All right, good morning, people. Are we having some issues here? Is it all working now? I think it's working. It looks like it is, unless there's a limit, but it doesn't look like there's a limit on the Discord or anything, so we should be fine. Yeah, everything looks good to me. Today we're looking at GovX, which is looking pretty good. We've got Vrax here, which is looking okay. We did have a little bit of a jump here and then a consolidation, so hopefully we see some more out of that. CYAD here, kind of a consolidation the whole way through. I'm not really sure what to expect out of this one, but we'll leave it open. AEMD here, looking pretty good. It is coming down. We do have a long ways to go before it hits VWAP. It might come down on open. We have TBLT also looking pretty good. Another big run up on this one from 680 to 880, so $2 move. TNXP on its way up here on open, and TXMD not really doing a whole lot. So we might go for a TNXNP trade. It's a little bit risky on this one. So we could try it. I'm not entirely sure how well this is going to work, but we'll try anyway. TNXP, we'll go for like, I'd like to get it at $2. We'll just say ish because I'm not sure if $2 is going to be feasible here, but go $2. We'll go for 220 and a $1.95 stop. So we're going to give about 5 cents. At $2, you can give it about 6 cents if you really want to, but 5 cents should be plenty. We've got GovX here heading down to VWAP, it looks like. Vrax with a nice move up off of the 200 EMA. I think Vrax could be something that looks like a good move here, so we're going to go for a Vrax at 780. Yeah, this is up really high already. I think we're going to wait a little bit. 780, nah. We'll go for maybe VWAP here, so 760. We're gonna go for a 9. I'm gonna go for 850 PT to start. And then we'll go for a 7. We could probably give this about 20 cents. We'll give it a 730 stop. At least that brings us a little bit below that 200 EMA. If you have to get in late, it gets a little more risky, but that's something we'll have to wait and see. TNXP down 205 here. Saw high at 210. So I'll move TNXP up here with Vrax. Vrax sitting around $8. GovX looking like it's going to bounce off that 200 EMA, or the VWAP, sorry. So let's go ahead and open up a GovX trade here as well. Go for about a $4 entry, maybe 402. We're going to go for a 440 PT and then a 285 stop loss. So we're going to give it a fair bit of room here. This gives it just a little bit of room below that 200, lots of room below the VWAP. We have a support line below that as well, so we've got a couple of things that we have as safety nets here. Hopefully that starts to pan out. We do have AEMD, what might bounce off the support line here. Looks like it is going to. I don't really want to open another trade quite yet. Good morning. But we'll have to, we'll have to wait and see. TXMD, or TNXP, sorry. 212 here, or heading to 212. Not too bad. We could probably start to think about taking some profits here. Definitely not out of the books here. TNXP, we got Vrax going, and we've got a GovX trade going. GovX at 405. We've got Vrax here at 760, so that's basically the entry point that we wanted here. Came very, very close to stopping us out. TBLT is looking pretty good here as well. TNXP 214. We're going to start to take profits here. Taking some profit on TNXP 250-ish. Okay, looking good there. Vrax coming back down a little bit here. GovX bouncing off that VWAP very, very nicely. Right off that 402 level, just as we said it would. Looking beautiful there, up to 414 already. Oh, what did I say? Oh, yeah, definitely. Yep. That's definitely supposed to be a 385, not a 285. On GovX, not 285. I hope people would know that, especially with the tight risk management I have, but occasionally you get people that don't. Got our way up to about 420 there. It does look like it's starting to break down. Maybe you took some profits. It was about 20 cents in profit. Not terrible, but if you left it, you may end up making that back as well. We do have a support line here that looks like it might bounce off. If not, we still have that 200. We are just getting it really close to that 200. Vrax here going to be stopping us out on that runner. There was a chance that we could have gotten in at 660 and maybe made a tiny bit of profit, but really not, or 760, sorry. Not a whole lot there though, so it does more or less look like a stop. I'm probably not going to touch that one for a while. AEMD nicely bouncing, so I think we do need to jump in on AEMD as well. We're looking at a 147 entry. We're going to be going for a 160 PT with a 140. We'll give it a 143. 144 stop. Don't really want to give it too much room. 144, bottom of 144 seems like it's going to be fine, especially as we're heading up here anyway. So it looks like it's going to be a little bit risky for an entry, but I mean, you could wait for it to come back down. That's definitely a possibility. GovX completely falls through stop. Hopefully, he took some profits. This could be a good recovery play. MACD's pretty overextended downwards here, so I think I'm going to go ahead and jump in for a recovery play on GovX. We're going to go for a 370. I don't know, 370. Let's just say 370-ish. We're going to go for a $4 PT and then a 3. We'll just give it something tight here, probably 360. We'll call it a recovery play. This could definitely hit 360. There's definitely nothing really stopping it from doing so. However, I do think that this is something that's probably going to come back up. So hopefully we pick the bottom here. Vrax heading down. We have TNXP hitting that 214 level 3 times, coming back down a little bit here. AEMD trading as well at 156, 157. Looks like it wants to hit that high. We're almost at 160 already. Vrax halted, yeah, halted down. No kidding. We'll see what happens with Vrax when it unhalts. CY80 is looking all right as well. We're up at 163 on AEMD. That is past PT, so we're going to go PT, AEMD, taking some profits. I would take majority out here at 165, 166, wherever we're at here. 167. That's not a bad trade. You know what? That was a pretty good trade. I still have a little bit left in there. Not a whole lot. We don't need a ton left. We have Syed here looking pretty decent. Had a little bit of a gap up, but it closed back that gap downwards. Our GovX trade is looking to go very, very well. We are up about 20 cents on the dot. So let's go ahead and take some profits on that. Taking some profits on GovX 395. Pretty close to PT. By the time I actually get this in, I think we're at $4 basically anyway. Okay. That was a very, very well-timed recovery play. Looks like we caught exactly the bottom. I'm just gonna take profits here at 399, basically PT. There's PT right there. That's GovX. And holding a runner. I do think we could probably even get this up higher, so I'm very much okay holding that runner for a little bit longer. Yep, AEMD at 170 now. We're getting real high on AEMD. GovX and AEMD treating us really well right now. I do think that AEMD is probably near the top here, so I mean, we hit 172. You could take out the last little bit if you want, or you could leave it and see what happens, depending how much you have and how much it's going to affect your trade. GovX looks like it's hitting resistance and coming back down. I'm kind of anticipating it to stop at the 200 EMA this time and head back up. So we're still going to hold on to that runner. If it looks like it hits that 200 and might bounce back up, we'll probably open up another trade with a fairly tight stop loss on it. AEMD back down a little bit. TBLT is still looking pretty good. There's a little bit of room here, about 40 cents of room to make plays. We'll have to see if we can break out of that. GovX breaking down a little bit further than anticipated, so we're not going to open another trade quite yet. I want to see what this does. Well, you know what? We're pretty close. We could probably open up a trade and maybe that's a little far for a stop. It's gonna be risky, but we already made quite a bit of money on it, so we'll go GovX again. We're gonna try to get in around that 385 mark. We're gonna go for 410 here, and then a 3. Let's give it 375 for a stop. So we are gonna risk hitting this stop, but you know what? It's one of those things that you can't really help unless you want to wait for a really, really, really low entry on it, but I don't think we're gonna quite get that. So far, so good, as we're almost at $4 on it again. Nice green candles here. We're still looking for about 410. Well, you could take a little bit of profit here, $4 if you want to, about 15 cents profit, maybe. Nothing fantastic there, though. Not yet, anyway. TNXP all the way down here to support line. Looks like it's going to continue down. If you're still holding on to TNXP, I would definitely consider letting it go. I mean, MACD is pretty underextended here. I think we have a potential to take a play off the 200 EMA or very, very close to it. But if you're still holding on to this trade that we currently have, I'd be looking to let it go. GovX down a little bit here. AEMD is heading back down. We'll see if we can take a play off VWAP. TNXP might turn around here. GovX still kind of struggling, but not looking too bad. GovX entry, 186. And TNXP, yeah, it's below VWAP now. We're hoping for a 200 EMA bounce. And AEMD looks like it's heading back up a little bit here. I think this might be a little bit of a dead cat bounce. We're probably going to see this hit lower. Can't, well, there was a little bit of support in this area. It might hold, but I really just doubt it. If it does hold, it's very bullish still. We could jump in at this level if we really wanted to. Slowly convincing myself. If you missed entry on GovX, it looks like it's giving it back to you here. I think there's a decent chance that this does fall through because we are still very negative on this. Brax with a nice recovery. Yeah, that is a nice recovery. Is it halted up now? Nuts. Nope, not halted. Maybe we need to jump in on that before a halt happens here. So let's try to make a play out of it. We're going to have a tight stop, though, just in case here. $8 entry. We're going to go for an 880 PT and then a 780 stop. So 20 cents. Nothing huge. Very tight stop on this. If you can get in lower, get in lower. I'm looking to jump in, I guess, somewhere around this level now because I still haven't jumped in quite yet. Yeah, I guess 760-ish. Okay. Jumped in 760-ish. So SL 20 cents lower. PT is basically the same, but we're going to give it 20 cents room. So if we jumped in around 760, what was it, 767? So we'll go for 757 stop. Could come back down. Might bounce off VWAP. We're hoping that recovers nicely. TNXP, we're still hoping for a little bit of a drop down to that 200 EMA. GovX still kind of messing around here. It doesn't look too great. Might hit that stop. So you could cut it if you really want to. It's not looking fantastic by any means right now. CYAD's got a decent range, I think. 237 to a top there, 250. It's okay. I wouldn't call it fantastic, that's for sure. AEMD is moving back up. I think we've confirmed that it's still very bullish, so I think we can jump back in. AEMD 160, 175, and then a 155 stop. So I'm going to give it about 5 cents of room here, which would mean it would have to break that low to stop us out, which is basically what we want. GovX still hitting down a little bit. Vrax, nice recovery back up to about $8. That puts us a little bit in profit here from 760-ish. We could take a little bit of profit here. That would make me feel comfortable, so I'm going to do it. Taking some profit on Vrax at 8. $805, not bad. We'll see where that takes us. We've got TNXP still heading lower, but we did hit that 200 EMA. That's what we were waiting for, so we can jump in on TNXP as well. So we're looking for a 192 entry. We're going to be looking for about a 210 PT all day, but probably just start with $2 and then a 188 stop loss. We'll give it about 4 cents of room. Feel like that's plenty of room. We're up to 196 on this already, with a low there of 192. Okay, hopefully we see a decent recovery out of that one. AMD down a little bit. TBLT's at $9. We need to keep an eye on that. Vrax heading back down. It did hit as high as 805 a couple times there. We'll see if we can get a little bit more out of it. GovX just looking like it touched the stop. You see an elephant on GovX or on ES. On the 2-minute, not seeing anything on the 2-minute. Yeah, I see an elephant there. I played the short this morning. That was nice. That was really easy. I just opened a short on all my accounts at the same time and just let them ride it down about 5 points before I closed them. TNXP doing okay here. Vrax sitting down pretty low. GovX might recover. Syed here at 260. I knew that was going to happen eventually. AMD looking all right so far. Nothing fantastic. I don't think we can jump into Syed at this level. It is hitting a really strong resistance, and we're going to have to wait for that. So we'll wait for that to come back down. AMD still sitting around the 160 level. We have TNXP here, 196. 190, maybe 197 here shortly. We're hoping to see this start to break up higher. We don't need this anymore. So hopefully that starts to move up. We've got GovX here looking all right. I don't know if it stopped you out. It didn't stop me out. I mean, it looks like it came real close. Maybe we touched it, but again, didn't stop me out. It's happened a couple times last week too. Vrax looking okay. I wonder if something's not calibrated right between the two. 197. We're hitting on TNXP. It's not looking too bad. I mean, $2 is right around the corner. I think it'd be pretty easy to hit 2. I would definitely be looking to take some profits at 2 because we do have VWAP there, which will be a dynamic resistance line. Side coming back down here a little bit. Might take a play off the VWAP. We'll have to see what it looks like when it gets down there. AEMD hitting near the low here. This could be a bad sign, especially with MACD hitting that close to 0 line. If we see that MACD cross, regardless if it's not at the stop, we will probably take that cut. Or we wait and see it curl back up. TBLT sitting up pretty high right now, much higher than that VWAP line. Definitely would be something I'd like to get in on, but we have to wait for a proper entry on it. GovX looking like it is going to be crossing back above that 200 EMA now. Looking good there. TNXP does touch that 198. You could take a little bit of profits at 198 if you want to. It's about 5 cents profit, so nothing fantastic, but it's about 3%. Maybe a little bit less than 3%. We do have Vrax here heading back up. Maybe we'll see some real money out of Vrax. AEMD with a nasty fall through, so that's what we were worried about with that MACD hitting very close to that 0 threshold. Usually things fall very hard through that, so AEMD is going to be loss here. Okay. We might take a play on this, but I think we're due for, well, you know, MACD is fairly overextended here. This could turn around right from here. So I think I might actually think about just jumping back in on it. I got to call the stop, and then we're going to open up another AEMD trade with a really tight stop. So 150, we're going to go for 160, and then a 148 stop. We're going to go for that tight stop because we don't really have a lot of playroom here. If we want to have a decent stop, it'd have to be a lot lower. So We're just going to call it a recovery, see if we can pick the bottom again. Risky. It's risky business picking the bottom. Hey, thanks, man. Let's see if we can make this happen here. Nope. Okay, so we're out. That's fine. We'll wait for the bottom. We'll see if it gets all the way down to this 200 EMA, and then we might take the play off that. Sides back down to that 200 EMA. That's what we wanted to see out of this. I'll be happy to try and jump in on this here near the bottom here, 138. Or sorry, 238. Gonna go for a 260 PT, I think. It's pretty high. Maybe we'll go for 250, and we'll see if we can hit 260 later. We'll go for maybe a 233 stop. Let's give it 233 stop. That would make me feel half confident in this. 233, we're hitting the same low as the lowest of market open, which is probably about where we want to see it. Be sweating if it gets that low, that's for sure. So Syed. All right, so we're going to see where this takes us. Well, already we're seeing a big green candle to 248. So not bad from 238. Definitely 10 cents right there. Vrax is looking very, very good as we're all the way up to 850 on that. We could start to think about taking some more profits on it. I'll make the call there. Taking more profits on Vrax at around 850-ish. What's that Vrax right there? It is. Okay. So we still have GovX open here. It's touched them. I must have it set a little bit lower. Is your Discord free or paid? It's both. We have some free services, but we also have some paid services. Live streaming without a delay is part of our elite membership. But we do, if you're just active in the community, you do get alerts for free from a couple analysts. I'm not really sure how our freemium works, but it does look pretty good. GovX looking pretty good here. We're looking to shoot up here. Looking pretty good there. Vrax all the way at 870, 880. So we're up pretty high on this. I would say we could probably hit $9 here. Yeah, you can definitely check it out. I've got the link pinned at the top there, so you can click that. And if that doesn't work, just let me know and I can send you another link. 890 on Vrax, looking at that $9. Very, very close by. A little bit of a harsh rejection. We're going to see that off that $9 mark as it is, well, you know, a psychological barrier, the whole dollar marks. We do have TNXP. It did hit that 198 mark a couple times. If you didn't take profit, this could go south pretty quickly here, but I'm still not convinced it's going to. I think it will come back up. I would definitely consider taking some profits on that resistance line next time you see it. Or at about $2 if you want to risk it past that resistance line. GovX looking good as it hits 399. Definitely take some profits on GovX when you have it. This thing's been all over the place. I don't know if you stopped out on it or not. It's hit basically the stop twice. I don't know. Both times it didn't stop me out. I must have mine set it slightly different, like a fraction of a penny lower or something. In any case, though, it looks like it hit a high there of just about $4, and we were aiming for about 410 on it. From 385, $4 isn't great, but it's, you know, still something. It's a couple percent anyway. TNXP looking decent again. Vrax heading back down, couple cents shy of $9. AMD continues its drop. I'm not quite certain I want to call this a recovery yet, but I think we're close enough that we could probably try another AEMD play here. We'll try a 143 entry. We're going to go for about maybe 155 and then a 140 stop. So we're going to give it 3 cents. We could probably afford to give it a little bit more than 3 if you really wanted to, but I wouldn't go too much further than 140. Close enough, right? Well, moved it. right there. All right, so there's our 143 entry, 142 entry. You could get 142, move that stop down another cent. I'm happy with that. Oh. So if we're getting in 142, we got a 139 stop. So bottom of 139 is basically right there. So it gives us a little room past that 200 EMA. That makes me a little more comfortable. I'm happy that happened. Looking good though. AMD back up to almost 145 already. Cent under him. Yeah, no kidding. Which one are you talking about? Are we going with GovX here? Because it technically should have stopped me out at 375 twice now. Literally just hit that number twice, but I don't know. Maybe my brokerage account's just like, you know what? We're just going to set it a cent lower too. We did hit that $9 mark on VRAX, so make sure you take some more profits on that. We're basically out of money on VRAX now. I have like 5% left in this. I don't know if it's going to make a difference if it hits our stop or not, but I'm going to hold it that a little bit longer and see if we can squeak out maybe 950 on it. If we do see a decent pullback down to about $8, we'll probably jump back in. PGY is going crazy. Let's take a look at PGY. Yeah, that's definitely going nuts. So we don't need green steps on this one. We saw a bottom here, $21, top at 26. It's looking okay. It's definitely out of my price range a little bit. Don't really like playing something that spicy, but might come back to that later. We're at 146, 147 here on AEMD. Not looking too bad. PGY, yeah, every day PGY has been going. That and GovX. GovX has also been going. Hey, look at that, 412, 415. There we go. We're starting to see some profits on GovX, so we can go ahead and take that money now. GovX. Taking some more profit for 15 here. Securing some of that always feels good, especially since we waited so long on GovX. And I'm pretty sure it was probably a cent shy of stopping me out, or half a cent shy or something. TNXP is hitting that $2 mark, so if you haven't taken profits on TNXP, make sure you take at least some of it here. We don't know how much higher this is going to go. It's just, you know, for the sake of safety, let's just take some money. Syed heading back down, very close to that stop, so we'll see what happens with that. We got in about 239. Hit as high as 243, so really nothing in terms of profit. This could hit our stop, but not entirely. It says Discord link is invalid. Here, let me grab you a new one. All right, TNXP does hit as high as 201 here. Nasty, nasty red candle. Oh, no worries, man. I'm used to multitasking. AEMD here is looking pretty decent. Hits 149.99, so just under 150. 150 there. You could take a little bit of profit here at 150 on AEMD as we are hitting that VWAP line. That's probably the smart thing to do. Definitely see that as a resistance. GovX hit as high there as 420. It took some profits at 415. VRAX heading back down a little bit. We did touch that $9 mark, which is pretty amazing. Never really thought we would do that, but we did it. TNXP is looking pretty decent here. I do think it's probably going to come back down for another little bit of a pullback. Syed has yet to stop us out because it's gotten pretty close, though. I think it might recover here. Yeah, it's looking like it could recover. Pretty nice green candle there anyway. TBLT has yet to have a decent enough pullback for us to get in. TXMD is not really playable. PGY, nice red candle there. We probably have a couple other things we could look at here. We got MDIA, so let's take a look at that. Yeah, nothing fantastic there. MAIA. This one's got an interesting little pattern to it. I'd say it's more bearish than anything, but we have a decent range. So maybe if it comes back down here to the low or near the low, we could try and have a stop just after that new low. And we'll see if we can ride it back up to near the top of it. Maybe that's a opportunity there. I'll take a TBLT bouncing after to the 20 EMA. Yeah, it could be. I mean, it does look very bullish. We do see a very like nice uptrend here. So it does look good. We're kind of switching gears on this though. We're going from like a bear market play to a bull market play, but we're taking a bull market play in a bear market. So it kind of worries me a little bit. But it might happen. It could happen. Hmm. Yeah, why not? We'll have it with a stop below the trend, so we'll go TBLT. We're gonna go for a 9, I don't know, 910, something like that for an entry. We're gonna go for at least $10 for a PT, and then we're gonna go for an 880 stop loss. So we're gonna give it, now we'll go for 885. That's more or less 3 cents. We're getting it at $9, so we're happy to take that and put a stop here at 880. And that is TBLT. Okay, looking good there. GovX looking half decent. Probably going to come back down to about VWAP for a recovery or for a bounce. AEMD back down pretty hard. Harsh rejection off of the VWAP line. So that was what we were kind of worried about, why we took some profits there. I do think this is probably going to be bullish again anyway. It's probably going to go up and eventually break through. So happy to hold that. Syed here back at 244. This is where we got rejected last time. Keep that in mind. I'm going to take a little bit off the table here so it stings less if we do get burned. Cutting some Syed 244. Not a whole lot in terms of profits, but I'll take anything at this point with Syed. I do think that it has a good potential to move up really fast and really hard, but I think that our stop is also in a very risky place, so definitely want to make sure we're securing some of that profit. We do see Vrax heading all the way back down close to that 200 EMA. Could be another opportunity to get in, so I do think that we should be looking at this as an opportunity around 750. We're probably going to go for at least 820. And then just a 735 stop. So 735 is going to be fairly tight, but it should be fine. 735. That gives us a little bit of room past that to 200 EMA. 750. I mean, yeah, about 750 would be great. If you have to get in a little bit higher if it starts to move up, not the end of the world either. But I do think we're going to get at least pretty close to 750 here. TNXP really hoping for a breakout. Syed's back down a little bit. AEMD is making its way back up. TBLT still sitting around that $9 mark. It looks like we're at a make or break point here where it might break through the trend. If it starts breaking through and we see it start flatlining at this level, I'll probably take a cut at break even just because its uptrend is probably sort of finished. All right, so we're definitely breaking trend here. Could be a good opportunity to take your exit, especially with MACD sitting right around that 0 line. It might retrace, but honestly, I don't really want to take much of a loss on this. So I'm going to go ahead and say cutting TBLT for around break even. 899, 903, let's take it. Technically, that's a win. It's a win by 2 cents. So I mean, the fees, 40 shares, 3 cents profit, 40 cents in fees. Oh, that's close. It's close. Might actually have gotten a break even on the fees. AMD is up quite a bit here. Syed's back up to 242. We got TNXP down to VWAP or 200 EMA again. And we have GovX with another nasty drop. If we see this hit about 380, we could probably take this as another entry. Yeah, GovX definitely knifed. Yeah, so we're going to be waiting for about 380 for another entry. Saya still sitting around 240. AMD pushes past that VWAP a little bit to 152. If you didn't secure profits before, 152 is looking pretty good. Just make sure you secure something here. That top band is coming in very tight, so that's something we have to be careful of at this very moment. Looks like taking that cut on TBLT was a good idea, as it did, in fact, break through our stop. I mean, you might be able to take it off VWAP, but we're negative on it. It wasn't a long-term uptrend. Well, our type of long-term, so 30 minutes. MAIA does hit close to the low, but not as close as I would have liked. I'm kind of looking to get in around 660 on MAIA. PGY makes a new high there. Vrax with a nice recovery so far. We did get as low as 760, so that's pretty close to where we wanted to get in on it. It is moving up now, so if you haven't gotten your entry on it, you may want to consider taking a late entry on it. We did restart the challenge this morning. Yep, we're back at $500. Last month, we got it all the way up to 200,000. I think just over 200,000, maybe 202,000 or something. Can't really remember, but it was looking pretty good there. TNXB still sitting a little bit lower than I'd like. We're holding a runner. If we break into a new low, I'll cut the runner. TBLT with the recovery. Yep, right off the bottom band there. AMD does hit as high as 154, starting to come back down on AMD. Hopefully you did secure something there. We've got Vrax all the way up to almost $8 here. We're looking for about $8.20 off of this, but you know what? Taking a little bit of profit at $8 definitely probably the best thing we can do right now. Taking some profits on Vrax around, I guess, 8.20 now by the time I'm done typing this. All over the place with this price. All right. So he took some profits there. We're still waiting a little bit to close that. We got really close to actually our PT as I was typing that. We're about 2 cents shy. We might get it. We might not. I do think we're probably going to get it, though. GovX looks like it's bouncing off 384. We were looking at this at 380. 384 isn't bad. I do think that that's probably an okay place to get in, so we could probably look at taking another GovX trade here. 380-ish. We're going to go for 410 again, and then a 370. So we're going to give it 10 cents from wherever you get in. Hopefully you don't get in too high on this. That's GovX. All right, we're seeing 385 here. Good enough for me. Oh, that's GovX. There we go. So at 385, we'll go with the 375 stop. We already got a stop line there, so that's good. We can get rid of this one. Hopefully we start to see this turn around. Unfortunately, our stop is again right at the low there, so I mean, you might be better off moving to 374, as we saw last time. TBLT went. Yeah, if we had gotten in at 870, it wouldn't have been a terrible trade, taking it up to 920 there. Definitely. TNXP hitting the stop, so yeah, we broke that new low. That was our signal to exit. So hopefully you did so. Vrax sitting around the $8 mark. We've got GovX with a nice recovery up to $4, and we're going to secure some profits here. That was quick. Taking some profits. GovX, $4. Man, that was fast. Happy to take some profits there. Looks like it's coming back down a little bit, but I'm sure we'll see this move back up. Syad still hasn't stopped us out. We're still holding on to some. AMD as well. We're still holding on to some. It does look half decent. I think it could look better, but I can't really complain. MAIA is not looking too bad either, but it didn't really come down low enough to where I want to get in. Now we're sitting up pretty high. Volume's taking a hit here, so we're not really too keen on taking a play off that. What else we got? There's OTRK. It's just looking very good. Price range is at a decent point. It was a sub-dollar today. 95 cents, we're going to see some support. We'll probably see some support here at $1.11. We might even see a little bit of support here at $1.17. It's a little high for me to want to take a play off of. I feel more comfortable taking a play at about 108 on this, so we'll see if we can get it down to that level. Maybe we'll take a play. All right. AMD not really moving. Syad, big green candle going from 235 all the way up to 244 again. Had another chance of securing profits at 244. However, we keep getting rejected at 244. So at this point, it's looking pretty grim to break through that number. We shall see. We do have GovX hitting pretty low. I don't really want to open up another play on it quite yet. If I did, it would have to be lower. I would kind of want a 380 so I could get that stop below pretty much everything. So we'll wait. If we see 380, maybe we'll open up a full another play. If we don't see it, then we'll just leave the runner as is. HKD as well. I can take a look at HKD. Yeah, this was pretty crazy over the last couple days, going from like $60 all the way up to 460. RDBX. I was looking at RDBX earlier. It was looking kind of spotty in the pre-market, but it's looking a lot better with market open here, going from 470 all the way up to 520. So the range is pretty decent. Volume's holding nicely. It is up a little too high for me right now. I'd like to see it probably come back down at least to 506. Probably more likely $5. We'll see if that happens though. I'm sure it'll probably run. TNXP sitting pretty low. I don't think I'm going to open up another play on this quite yet. Although this is looking like a bottom. We still have decent volume. Yeah, you know what? I kind of want to open up a play on this. I think that this could be profitable. TNXP. We're going to go for a 189. We're going to go for just over $2 here, and then a 187. Let's give it a 186 stop. Give it 3 cents. We could afford, 5 cents, but 186 should be fine. So assuming we can afford up to about 5 cents for a stop loss, I would say wherever you get in, you probably want to have that stop at about 186. I wouldn't really want it up much higher than that. So you could have up to 5 cents room for that. Now let's see what happens here. RDBX still sitting up really high. OTRK still going for it. Yeah, this one's not really doing it for me. I'm not really looking at this one as anything playable, so maybe we'll check out Kaba here. Kaba's, I like the price range, I like the volatility range, but I don't like the price action, so we're going to stay away from that. AXTI is another possibility here. Again, don't really like that price action, so I think we're just going to leave it as is. TNXP looking pretty good here, 191. I think we hit 192 there. GovX does break down a little bit more. We haven't quite seen that number we wanted to see, which was 380, so we're going to wait a little bit longer on that. AEMD looks like it still really not doing anything. This looks like a really long consolidation. I think it is going to move higher, which is the only reason I'm really holding on to that runner still. TPLT, nice recovery. I would have liked to say I chickened out on this, but I mean, I would have stopped out anyway, so I was happy to take the break even. But what I should have done is probably looked at getting back in and didn't. So it's a little high to try and catch now, so we're going to have to wait on that. AXTI, we can just close down. RDBX still staying up really high. OTRK is just kind of going for it, and it's not really stopping. So I think we kind of have to jump in on OTRK if we want to make any money on it, or at least risk it. 140-ish. We're going to go for 150-ish with a 137 stop. So give it about 3 cents. You could give it maybe 4 cents. You're kind of pushing it at 4 cents, though. So keep that in mind. Maybe have a stop at the bottom of this candle if you can manage. Like something like that. But we'll say that stop is 137 right there. We can get rid of that because this was never going to happen. We may actually... Are we halted? We might actually be halted in this. Yep. Yeah, we are. That was quick. Well, hopefully that continues up now. We do see that I think it'll continue up. It had quite a run, but I mean, chances are, yeah, I don't know. This seems like pretty high up to be running into a halt. We might end up in a bad halt here. Is Syed halted too? No, I don't think Syed is halted. I think it's just lost all its volume. I don't see a reason why this would halt other than pending news. So if there was no pending news, I doubt this is halted. Can't really see why it would be. GovX almost hit that 380 mark. The TBLT knife. Yikes. That makes me kind of want to stay away from it. So we have to watch OTRK because now we're stuck in that. RDBX back down a little bit. I would like to get this down to that $5 level. TNXP back up to that 192 level. We did hit 193 at the top there. Okay, 193. I don't want to take profits yet. It's just almost nothing in profits. 195 would probably be the minimum for me to take profits on this. OTRK, gotta make sure I put in my trades here. All right. Hopefully this unhalts up. It's got me a little worried. GovX, nice recovery here, looking pretty decent. VRAX back up to $8 here, 8.20. TNXP 194, just under that 195 mark. Once we hit 195, I'll say I'm taking profits. Taking some profits on TNXP 195. There we go. Again, really nothing huge for profits on it, but I'll take what I can get. Syed down, AEMD going up. So if you're still holding on to Syed, I would probably consider, I don't know, out of me being bored, I would say cut. But until we see a new low, it's really not necessarily worth cutting, which is the hard part because our stop is right at that low. So I think chances are this goes up more so than it goes down. TNXP trying to hit 195 again. Brock's at 820. We did hit that $4 mark on GovX twice now. So if you hit it before and didn't take profits, you could definitely do that now. Syed up a little bit here. AMD back at that 150 mark. We need to break 155 here. RDBX back up. Did not hit that $5 mark. We saw a low there about 507. Not quite where I wanted to take that. So we'll see. We'll see if it comes back down. Besides that, we're just waiting for OTRK to unhalt now. Not seeing anything new. KRKR maybe I could take a look at. Yeah, nothing really there. Siga's popping up. Yeah, we don't want to be playing that, that's for sure. What other kind of momentum alerts are we getting? Just TBLT mainly, and some VRAX. Yeah, nothing fantastic. So we'll just leave it as is. Not looking too bad. TNXP is still sitting at that 194 level. GovX back down to 390. AMD hitting 152. We might be breaking for a new high here. If we can hit higher than 154, I would say we're probably in luck to see some higher profits on AMD here. RDBX hitting up pretty high there. Maybe looking to contest its high day. Definitely a possibility. GovX not really moving. Heading back down to that, maybe now we get 180. Bands are coming to a little bit of a tightening spot here, however you want to say that. Bands are tightening is what I'm trying to say, which could usually be a good thing in this situation. Especially when it tightens around that 200 EMA, because it'll probably end up going up. OTRK unhalts quite a bit down there, but also hits as high as 156, so that's actually not that bad. We're up pretty high on this. We could probably look at taking some profits on it. OTRK after halt. Wherever you can take profits, definitely good to do so, especially since we hit so high there at, where did we hit up to? 156, yeah. Just missed the top there, but that's okay. Still holding on to a runner. I think this has a good possibility to continue on its way up, so I want to make sure that we hold on to some, even if it's not a lot. There we go, 157, 158, 159, 160, 163. Taking some more profits, 163. Leaving a runner at that. Again, another nice profit there. I do think we could probably squeak out a little bit more, but you know what? I'm happy with 20 cents on this. That's actually huge for us. So if we don't get more out of it, I'm not upset about it. That was pretty good. That's a long wick, though. GovX not really doing a lot. We've got about 9 minutes left. I'm not entirely sure how many new plays I'm wanting to open up. Side took a nasty drop there to the stop. So if you were still holding or stopping out on that, AMD a nasty drop as well. OTRK back down to 146. AMD 145. TBLT has kind of lost its volume and price action a little bit here. Might pick back up. RDBX listen up pretty high. Didn't break that new high a day. Yeah, side stopped. OTRK looking pretty decent here. We got a long wick, but we're also got a pretty long tail here, so a lot of battling going on. We'll see what this has in store. TNXP heading back down. We were sitting around that 195 area for quite some time, so hopefully you took some profits, especially seeing as how we're about 8 minutes to close here. OTRK back up to 152, looking like it wants to push higher with this very bullish candle. What's GovX look like on a 5-minute scale? Looks pretty healthy. 3-minute scale, 2-minute scale, 1-minute scale. Yeah. What about Frax? Frax on the 5-minute looks like it's heading back up. TNXP looks like it should also make a decent recovery. Just keep that in mind, because I'm done trading in 8 minutes, but that doesn't mean that you guys have to be. There's some good opportunities between this, Frax and GovX. AMD as well is looking pretty good on the 1-minute scale and on the 5-minute, so I would assume that's probably going to head back up as well. TBLT is looking pretty high. I don't know if I would trust it sitting up this high. RDBX, again, I still think this is due for a decent pullback, so I feel a little bit like it's a little risky to jump into something like this right now. OTRK filled both your PTs. Nice, nice. It's 159. Not quite at the high yet, so there's no point in me taking more profits, but we are getting very close, so I'd say if we have 170, I'll probably take out the rest. Wouldn't be holding my breath for that, though. All right, hit 162 there. Looks like it does want to move higher. We should be hitting buyer's exhaustion, though. We've had so many buyers coming in. I would say it's a little risky to hold it at this point. But seeing as I don't really have a lot left, it doesn't really matter too much. Did I ever call PT for OTRK? I don't think I did. I should probably do that. OTRK. Yeah, see, we were just aiming for 150, and I think we closed out most of our profits here on OTRK at 163, so we actually got a lot higher than we intended to. What's a healthy pullback level for OTRK? That's a good question. At this point, I would say you're probably looking at VWAP level or probably support here at 121. But I'd most likely be looking to take another play at VWAP with a pretty tight stop below it. And if that didn't work, maybe take another one here at 121 or 122. TNXP is sitting up a little bit higher here. We got Syed sitting real low. AMD looking like it's coming back. TBLT is not doing a whole lot. We've got RDBX sitting up too high. VRAX not really doing a whole lot either. And OTRK looking like it's finally hitting a pullback here. So if you're still holding on to this, just keep that in mind. This does look like a pullback. It might just come down to 145, or it could come back down all the way to VWAP. Oh, we're still seeing some buyers. Let's see if that MACD can turn around here. So far, no such luck on the pullback. Got about 4 minutes left, so I think we're gonna go ahead and run through the tracker real quick. As far as the money board goes, we had 14 wins, 3 losses, so we're off to a really good start on keeping that win rate up high. We made $254 today, which is 50% of the portfolio gained. It seems pretty measly right now, but that's actually a really good start for us. Trade summary, we're at 91% for the day. Our loss is 0.7%, 2.5%, 2.7%. Besides that, we've had a bunch of winners. OTRK being a good one, and then we also had VRAX as a good one as well, and an AMD win that was pretty big. So we look good on about 3 of those at least. And yeah, money board sitting at 82% for a win rate right now. That's higher than it probably will be in a few days. I'd like to keep it around 70%, but I mean, if we end up higher, you can't really complain about that. So we're currently sitting at 754. Doing pretty decent here. VRAX breaking that 820 level. OTRK finally hitting that pullback, looking like it's going to come down. How far? Hard to say. Maybe 144, maybe 134. We're going to wait and see here. I don't think I'm going to take any more plays, but I'll watch for the next couple minutes. ES hitting a nasty crocodile, looking like it's going to continue its fall. TRK making its way back up. We have GovX still sitting there. We have VRAX at 835. Lots of area and time to take profits on any runners you still have open. Everything's looking about at least half decent, I'd say. So make sure that if you do have anything open, that you're selling for at least a little bit of a win. OTRK, kind of a tough call on this one, whether it's going to continue going up or not. I do think this deserves a pretty decent sized pullback, so keep that in mind. TNXP looks like it could be a winner today. VRAX is going to be a winner today. I think GovX is going to be a winner today as well. AMD as well. TBLT, it's hard to tell at this point because we did see this climb so much in the pre-market, and it looks like it's doing a heavy consolidation pretty high up here, so we might see this start to drop. And RDBX finally hitting that drop that we were looking for. I'd be looking to get in at VWAP here, so $5 or maybe 505 at the highest. There could be a potential play there for that. But yeah, that's about it, I think. Just those 4 stocks, maybe 5 stocks. OTRK looking like it wants to head back up here. 162. I think I'm going to close out my runner here. We're pretty close. Oh, we're breaking to new high. Okay, hang on. 168. You know what? I think I'm good with that. I could probably get more out of it. Yeah, you know what? I'm really happy I took profits now because that went straight back down. I went right down the toilet real quick. 167 to 149. What a drop. I guess on that note, we'll call it a day. We don't have anything else really to close out. I mean, I wish I had a little bit more GovX now, but GovX is looking good. Vrax is looking. I just closed Vrax out like not even a minute ago at $8.25 or something. TNXP. Do we have a runner TNXP? No, I closed that out as well. Now that's a shame because that one went higher too. PGY. All right, let's take a look at PGY quickly. Yeah, that one's at just touching that $30 mark. Man, what a run. $21 to $30. This is gonna be a TCAT. This is gonna go to like 40 or 50 bucks, and then we're gonna look at it like 6 weeks from now. It's gonna be back at like $4. I can almost guarantee it. Yeah, definitely to be quick if you're in GovX. Holy moly. Yeah, look at that. 409 all the way down to 365. That's nuts. Yeah. Anyways, guys, that's it for today. I'll just take a quick look to make sure we're pretty accurate here. We made $270 after closing everything out. So that brings us up to 54% for the day. Still the same win rate, obviously, because it was just runners. But yeah, other than that, hopefully y'all made some money, and I will see you guys again tomorrow. Take care, guys.